Hello, party people. It is Will Pemble. Good morning. Behind me is the piece of the finished track of the roller coaster. It goes all the way around. There's still work to do, but it goes all the way around. And then here, I'd like to introduce you to Todd, and he is our very own crash test dummy. So we're going to do some checking out of the track right now, and we're going to see if we can get Todd on and give Todd the full treatment, the full ride around the track. So I'm going to hand the camera to Liz, and then we're going to get going. Hang on one second. All right, look, and there's, oh. All right, hang on. All right, here it is. So, Lyle, what do you want to do first?
I want to get this over and move my hands over here to make sure that you don't hit your hands on any supports.
Okay, hang on. Where's my trusty 2x4? Or I'll just use this trusty piece of steel pipe. I like it better. All right. So you ready, Lily? Very gently. So we still have to work it back around. You need to come closer to me. We still have to work it back around. Walk over. All the way around, and then we're going to get it up to the top of the hill and give it a test if I can keep Lyle from chopping his own arm off between now and then. So give it a whirl. What are people commenting?
The bottom doesn't look very smooth.
The bottom of what? The bottom of that? It's pretty smooth. Let's take a look. Lyle, is the bottom smooth? All right, hop off the track, Lyle. Coming to get you. All right. Stay put. Okay. So, want to keep it. All right, you want to run it from the top? Okay.
Wait, Dad,
Yeah?
you can't really lift it up from there, so I'm going to get on the other side and pull it.
Go up the hill and get on the other side of the fence.
No. See, because you can't go anywhere past that, so I can go up from here.
Okay.
Okay, and then you go around the fence and I'm going to hold on.
Okay. Well, I can't. All right. So now you go around.
Everybody's looking forward to seeing this completed, Will.
So you stand here, Lyle, and hold here. All right, hold it right there. Don't move. All right. Now this is the top of the lift hill. We still got to put all of that together.
Wait, Dad, I want to go down and look at something.
Want to go down?
Yeah, don't let go yet.
Okay. So this is the top. What are the comments, babe?
Looks amazing. Honestly, your work blows me away. A real inspiration for many of us. That's
Aw. Thank you. Okay. All right, so Liz, follow the cart as it goes down.
I will.
All right, so I'm going to let it go, and then I'm going to try to run down the hill while you're watching the cart. I'm going to try to get to the end so I can catch it.
Bacon wants to know if the track is complete.
The track is complete. It's all the way done. The whole circuit is complete. We still have to put the lift motor on and stuff like that, but it's all done. It's a full loop, and you're about to see that right now. So you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. I'm just letting go. I'm not pushing at all. That's the whole darn deal.
A few people from the Netherlands.
All right. We got the Netherlands in the house. Yeah, so then...
And the UK.
And the UK, absolutely. So then it'll go up. We'll get the lift hill, the motor and the chain and all that will pull it up. But we've got like a full circuit. We built the whole darn deal. And that's kind of the thing. I'm gonna put Todd on so you can meet Todd.
Lally got to help him with Todd because Todd's heavy.
Yep.
Did you just tie his legs together?
Yeah, he did. Otherwise, he's just all over the place. Here, you get his top. So we built Todd by Liz and Tina Elliott, John's wife.
They like Todd's hair.
Oh, thank you. Yep. So Liz and Tina wrapped me in duct tape. I put on pajamas and then Liz and Tina wrapped me in duct tape and then cut the whole thing off of me. And that's how we made Todd the crash test dummy. He's filled with sand. He's wearing my pants and a Coaster Dad shirt.
Hey, you've hit South Africa. Woohoo, and Switzerland.
All right. The weirdest part of the crash test dummy experience for me was I'm still struggling a little bit with whether or not this is the shape of my actual body. And if it is, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm disappointed in that. But so anyway, his legs from about here down, he's filled with sand. So right now Todd weighs about 70, 75 pounds. And then we'll fill the rest of him with sand as we increase the weight for bigger testing. The idea of the thing is that before we put a grown-up adult on this thing, we're going to fill Todd with 300 pounds of sand, and he's going to be a 300-pound crash test dummy. And if a 300-pound crash test dummy survives this ride, then I'm going to feel comfortable putting me on it. So we're going to roll Todd back, and we'll see if we can give him a ride.
What's the speed, somebody asks?
Top speed that we've clocked so far is 21 miles an hour, and that's with an empty cart. So I expect that speed will increase a little bit because a heavier passenger will reduce drag a little bit. So at the very bottom of the track, the top speed is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 21 miles an hour, I think. And that number, we calculated that number using spreadsheets and science, and so far the reality is proving out on that.
So I might want to go catch it.
We'll just roll out.
Yeah. Will you put seatbelts on your cart?
There is a seatbelt. There's a seatbelt right there by the seat. And so the seatbelt is actually, we got that, it's a forklift seatbelt, and it's perfect.
What is the rail on the floor for?
He's like a dead body. All right.
Looks, Milo still has his roller coaster periodic table.
Oh, yeah.
T-shirt.
Really heavy. So hold him right there. Got him. He's really heavy. Yes, I know. Right there. Okay, hang on. Okay.
Is it going to have magnetic brakes? Asks Jamie.
Say what?
Magnetic brakes.
Yeah. We're gonna build a friction brake at the end of the course, because as you're about to see, with even a lightweight passenger, he's gonna go pretty fast. So afterwards you can run the video back and forth and see the difference between the empty cart and the Todd cart. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before, which is to let it loose and run down there to catch him.
Oh, how many times has Lyle rode it?
Lyle's ridden it kind of in the middle parts just a little bit, several times from that like halfway down the first dive up through most of the helix, but he's never ridden the full course. So we got to get the crash test dummy to feel safe before we're going to put a human being on this. All right, you ready, Lyle?
Yep.
All right. I hope nothing breaks.
Tommy says go.
All right, here we go. Okay, so a bit more energy on the second round than the first one. Todd is awesome. That's kind of the whole report for the day here. What we're gonna do.
Everybody wants to know about the chain lift.
Okay, the way the chain lift is gonna work is, you may recall from the Maker Faire coaster, we had the chain lift there. I put the motor of the chain lift at the bottom at the Maker Faire coaster. This time I'm gonna put the motor at the top. So we're not gonna have to pull all of the chain over and around to get energy. So there'll be a big 2 horsepower, maybe 2.5 horsepower electric motor at the top. It's gonna pull a chain which will attach right about here. So right about here is where the chain lift is going to engage, and then it's just going to pull it all the way up to the top. The rollback mechanism, instead of like a little ratchet thing that you hear, that noise on a regular roller coaster, we're not going to do that just because of, well, it's really expensive to build one like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a rollback mechanism that's similar to like a log ride, which is where when the cart goes up, it'll just roll over a metal piece that's sticking up, and then if it were to roll back, that metal piece would catch. So pretty simple in theory, getting it all to come together and line up, and especially getting the chain dog, that little hook on the bottom of the cart, getting that to engage with the chain without touching it. That's going to be the real test. And so that happens next. All of this is going to be done by the 1st of December, I think. And that's kind of the whole report for the day. We got to get back to work. We got a lot of supports to build and painting to do, and that's the whole story. So, thank you for helping me bring physics, family, and fun to kids everywhere. I am Will Pemble, and I will see you soon.
Oh, what about the bumpy ride? Is it bumpy?
It's not too bumpy. The parts I've put a couple of people on little bits and pieces of it. It hasn't been too bumpy. If you look at the video, if you go slow through the video of Todd going through the helix turn, you'll find that he's kind of pushed down into his seat, and so it's not bumpy. It sounds bumpier than it is. The places where we have seams in the track, those sound differently acoustically, but they're not. You don't feel that bump. Okay.
Oh, everybody wants one more ride.
We can't do one more. I appreciate that. We're going to do one more ride, but we're not going to do one more ride today because that sucker is heavy. It is hard to push up to the top of the hill. So I got to, and I got.
Well, they want Lyle on it.
I know. Well, I can't just risk the life of the child for the amusement of the channel. Although it's not just an absolute. I mean, I think about it. I was like, well, should I? But then I decide, no. I got a lot invested in him, so we're gonna make it safe before we put a person on it. So, all right, that's all I got, you guys. Thank you for everything. We'll see you soon. Are you done?